Hey guys, welcome back to Brandon Does Barbecue. Today we're gonna do a smoked French dip. Now, what's French about a French dip? I have no idea, but I know they're delicious. Now, typically these are done with a roast that are cooked medium rare, sliced very thin, but today we're gonna use a chuck roast. We're gonna cook it down till it's fall apart tender. It's gonna be delicious. Now with this chuck roast, there isn't a whole lot of trimming that you have to do. Basically, if you got any weird pieces that are hanging off, take those off. They're just gonna burn up. And if there's any hard fat, go ahead and get rid of that. Now, before we go ahead and do our rub, we need to put a binder on. Want to make sure that rub sticks. So today, we're gonna use some Dijon mustard. Now it's time for our rub. Now you could keep it simple, do kosher salt with some coarse black pepper. You can do any Montreal seasoning, or do your favorite steak rub. Today, we're gonna do the Killer Hog steak rub. It's got a lot of coarse textures in there, some good flavors. I think it'll help bring this beef out really well. Now remember, you always wanna keep one hand clean. If you get them both dirty, you're gonna have disgusting, nasty, caked up seasoning shakers. Nobody wants that. So now we're gonna go ahead and put our roast in the smoker. We're gonna get some good smoke for about 2 or 3 hours. We got the smoker at 300 degrees with some pecan chunks. Once we get a decent bark, we're gonna go ahead and braise it. So for now, let's get some smoke. All right, so our roast has been on the smoker for about 3 hours. The internal temperature has reached 165 degrees. We have a pretty good bark. So now we're gonna go ahead and move it to a Dutch oven with 1 onion that I sliced up, 3 cloves of garlic, and some beef broth. We're gonna let it simmer out until it becomes nice and pulled tender. All right, so we've had our roast in the Dutch oven for about 2 hours. Now I've probed it, it's probing tender, it's reading about 205 degrees, and it smells phenomenal. Now, you might also be asking, why are we inside? Well, like many of the things I cook, it took longer than I anticipated. So, due to the lack of light outside, we are now in here. With that being said, let's see what our roast looks like. All right, so we got our sandwich assembled, we got her sliced. Now it's time to try. Go ahead and this end piece calling my name. Give it a little dip. I've been waiting for this moment for so long. Here we go. That's one of the best things I've ever had. Holy crap. Something so simple, very little ingredients, could taste like such magic. Going in for another. My favorite part about it is you do get a good intense smoke flavor. When I say intense, I don't mean overpowering, but just like very prominent, which I feel like blends perfectly with all the ingredients, especially when you dip in that au jus. It's magic in your mouth. It's super easy to make. There's not a whole lot that goes into it except for some time. That is one way to impress a good friend, family members. It's just so good. All right, guys, I appreciate you watching. If you like what you saw, like, subscribe, and all that jazz, and I'll see you next time.